Hey my dudes, just thought I'd do a little tour of my fan shop. It's a video that's been long overdue. I've been meaning to do it, but I just kept putting it off because I just kept getting busy. But today's a good day to do it, and just a word of caution: it looks like a tornado touchdown in there, times 10. So once I open the door, you'll see what I mean. But just bear with me. And I'll try to do an overview of everything I've got. I guess we'll start left to right. So, got a couple globes here. I got a Hunter low profile right there. 5-blade actually, low profile 5. This is actually a Gulf Coast spinner. There's a blades for it. Light kits. Original canopy. This one I need to find screws for. Just set it down here. Got some more light kits. That's actually a fan that's gonna go to a friend. She wants a fan for her bedroom and she wanted something plain and simple, so I picked up a white 4-blade outdoor fan. And so you'll like it. Got original blades, 4-blade and 5-blade. They're all just kind of piled up right now because I got a room for them. Got some Emerson Summer Nights down here. That's gonna go on a friend's porch. He's looking for 3 bronze fans, and I told him I had these, and he said I'll take them. Reverse air brackets. Blades, I'll get to that in a minute. I've got some more. I don't know where the other blades went, but there are more of those. They're the blades to the Emersons. Excuse me. Original blades, the switch blades. Got a original bracket. Looks like goes to a 4-blade original. Set that right there. There's an old light fixture I took down out of a house. We were remodeling. The thing was like a time capsule from the 80s, and everything was stained glass and antique brass fixtures and all this crap. And I actually took that Hunter down from there, and also took a Casablanca Victorian down too, and I'll show you that in a minute. Got a Hunter step light kit. I really like these light kits, but I just look kind of dated. Hunter original blades, light kits, brackets. Got some solid state controls. This is a Hunter low profile original. And what I mean by low profile, if you don't know already, it doesn't have a down rod. It's just bolted straight to the motor housing. Because people wanted originals for low ceilings, and Hunter answered the call, and they came out with this. I need to put a new capacitor in this thing. It's missing a capacitor, but yeah. This one I think is from 87. See right there. 1987. Whatever. Anyway, more original brackets. Now these are actually, this is an original bracket. That's a Summer Breeze bracket. You can tell by the shape of them. This one has outward facing bars, and this one has inner facing bars. Plus the spacing between the holes is different, so I don't know, you can tell. Got paint, just all kinds of stuff up here. Got a winding. Original brackets, paint, tape, down rods, just random parts. This original is from 1986. This is one that a friend actually picked up for me years ago. I think it was my second brass original. because the first one I had was a 95 4. And I remember one blade was bent severely, like pointing towards the ground, and that was actually, I got rid of the blades on it, and I put these white blades on it for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but I was young and dumb at the time, and I've since learned my lesson. This is something. Don't know what that is. Brackets, original canopies. Here's the capacitor I was going to put on there. I'll go with that original. I got blades, original brackets. I'm going to have to spend a whole day down here and just tidy up. This is a 1994 original. I found it at Habitat, actually, for, I think it was 20 bucks. 20 bucks, yeah. And everything was complete on it. It came with an ugly, I'm so sorry, an ugly bow light kit, but I took that off and put a cap on it. The pull chain finial's missing, but I could always replace that. Original canopy. Every time I come down here, it just gets more and more sad how stuff is laid out in here. Anyway, got a bushing. Put that up here. This, oh, sorry. Okay, this is a 1982 or 83? 83 original. This fan I found at Habitat, and it was a wreck. Like it was actually, believe it or not, it used to be a brass original, and the brass was pitted, and it was flaking off, and it was like had rust spots on it. So I sanded that all down, and I said, well, I've always wanted a white reverse air. So I painted it white, and looks pretty good. Did a pretty good job on it. You can tell it's not a normal original because it's a painted finish, but it's a smooth body as well. So right there you can tell that that's a painted fan. Tag. It's got a brass ISO ring on it for some reason. Oh wait, that was me because I I had nowhere else to put it, so I just put it on this original. Got a pull chain, wires for the light kit, and this one for some reason has a different switch housing than all the ones I've seen, all the other ones I've had. The holes for the screws are actually threaded, but they take a certain type of screw. They don't just take, I tried with those, but the holes are actually smaller as they go in. And that's really weird to me. And I couldn't find the right screw, but I managed eventually. And it worked for a couple of years. So. Parts box, chains, switches, knobs, all that good crap. WD-40. That's what I use to loosen stuff up. Put that up there. Oh, shit. Every time. It always. Okay, sorry. That original was moving. Canopies. There's another part. There's a winding to a 98, I think, original. That one's probably going to have to go back on. One of these. I think it's going to go back on that one. I'll get to that in a minute. This is a 1990 original. You can tell. It's got the smooth finish, or the smooth vents, as opposed to these rougher vents here. You can tell there's a difference. But this one I also found at Habitat. Seems like most of the originals I found at Habitat are brass. That's a common theme nowadays. Every time I go to Habitat, I usually wind up getting a brass original. But this was a good buy, It really was. So, oil, blade arms. Oh, there's an ISO ring. brackets, canopies, slope adapters, face plates. Got more paint. Alright, this is my first 36-inch original. Got it from a friend. And I put a new pull chain in it because the old one was a 3-speed pull chain and it only went high, low, low, off. And yeah, so I put a new one in there and just gotta button everything up. But, okay. Here's a brass or antique brass original bracket. Probably hang up right here. There's that brown canopy I have. That switch cap for something. The original chain with the little bell at the end. I'm gonna keep it because that's a that's a treasure right there. You don't find too many originals with the original bell and chain on there. This is 98, I think. What? Yeah, 1998. It's got everything on it. I just need to put the pull chain in, and I'll put the faceplate on, put the windings in, and it should be a new fan. These are the brackets to that fan, actually, and every single one of them is bent way up because when I found it at Habitat in Charleston, South Carolina, it was actually sitting on a rack on the blades, so the motor was actually through the rack, but the blades were holding it up, so that was a unfortunate sight, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those brackets. I could just bend them back, but usually I've had bad luck with original brackets breaking on me because I use so much force, and I really shouldn't. Oh, speaking of originals, this is the picture that came with that brass original. There's that light kit that was on it. So, which was nice, you know. I liked that they added that picture. The canopy, blades, blade arms. This is a contemporary schoolhouse globe for hunter fans. It's a very nice globe. There's that bow light kit as in that picture. If you've ever seen that video of my 3 black originals on the back porch, I bought those. It was originally a set of 5, 3 black originals and 2 iron originals, like raw iron originals. And when I bought the 3 black originals, they came with 2 sets of black irons and black oak blades, and one of them came with these blades, which I can tell you right now, the iron brackets were on this one, so, because I can tell the redwood and the dark walnut. That's one way you can tell. What else? Light kits. This is a hunter something or other I got from a friend of a friend, actually. He knows I like hunter fans, and when he first told me, he said, "Oh, I think it's an original," and I got really pumped up. I said, "Oh, really?" And he showed me a picture on his phone and said, "That, you know, that's not an original, but I'll still take it, you know, because I know you've been trying to drag that thing around forever and hadn't really gotten able to get rid of it, so I'll take it." And so he gave it to me. Oh, excuse me. I'm just really tired. But hell, I might just donate it back to Habitat because it's missing a lot of the screws and a lot of the parts I need to make it a complete fan. So I'm just gonna have to donate it back. There's a SMC DC42. There's the blades for it. I took that out of a kitchen years ago. As you can tell, it was in the kitchen because it's got all these grease stains on it and stuff. Down here is a Fasco great room. Flywheel's busted on it. When I first hung it up, tried putting the blades on it. The blades wouldn't go because the flywheel was shot. Here it is, actually, right here. That's just some parts of it. Here's the switch housing. If I open this up, that's all the crap that was in there. Screws and whatnot. I do work with Fastco fans a little bit, but it's mainly Hunter for me nowadays. So that's that. That's been sitting there for about 1.5 years now, and I don't know what to do with it. So there's an original blade. Okay, moving on to some different brands besides Hunter. Here's a Casablanca Delta 2 I picked up at Habitat about 1.5 years ago. I've always wanted a Delta 2 for some odd reason, and this was sitting there. Excuse me, my God. Comes with a K4S light kit. I've got the globes right there. I'll show you in a minute. But it's a really cool fan. I'm not a big fan of Casablanca, but it was a really good buy. So, yeah, I just don't have room for it in my house because I don't want to ruin the Hunter theme I got going on. So, now I mentioned those black originals I have on the back porch. When I bought those, they came with these light kits, the Regalia 2 light kits. And I've got one black right there, and 2 iron kits right there. And I've got one more black one, I think, in the wood shop down there. But, yeah. Some of them are busted. The what do you call them? The shades are loose on some of them. And some of them don't even have the shades like that one. But, let's go in here now. Ow, got hurt. This is my fan testing area. This is where I test my fans. See, I got my little rigs up here. One for ball socket fans and one for originals. And I just use a plug wire right there. Runs it down to an outlet. Show you some of the fans I have in here. Just kind of laying around. Fastco Charleston. This is one of the very first ones I ever picked up. My first Charleston ever, actually the first fan I ever collected was a brown 52-inch second gen Charleston. With the original brown light kit on it, which was cool. But I've been picking up Charlestons, and I just need to get rid of them because as cool as they are, they're clunky, and I just don't like how they look. You know, they're classics, but to me they don't look right. So, Gulf Coast Georgian, I think it's called. Picked this up when I was donating stuff to Goodwill. Literally, the car in front of me had this in the back seat, and they were getting rid of it. And I said, oh, you know, I've always wanted a Gulf Coast with these brackets. I love these brackets on Gulf Coast, especially the Dixie Bells. I'll get into that later in a different video, but yeah, if it was a Dixie Bell with these brackets, I'd jump on it, you know. But so I went back to Goodwill the next day, and this was sitting there, and I picked it up because why not, you know. Gulf Coast is a pretty good brand. They're still making fans today, which is good. There's a multicolored Hampton Bay gazebo. First it was white, then it was blue, then it was brown. So it's a culmination of many different things. This is a Homestead Whisper Fan I actually picked up. Actually, a friend gave it to me from church, and I've got the blades to it. But when I installed it, they only came with one blade for each screw, so I don't have, you know, I don't have the blades that would go on there. What am I trying to say? I'm sorry. I don't have all the screws that I need to put the blades on. There we go. Here's some more original blades to the low profiles. So, moving on. Schoolhouse light kit, LED light bulb. Another Charleston. This was also a Habitat find. Not bad, you know. I like Charlestons. If it was a white 52-inch second gen, then I'd put it up somewhere in the house immediately. There's some Hunter blades back there. I think those go to a Coastal Breeze, a 44-inch Coastal Breeze. Look at that, another Charleston. So, that one's complete actually. There's a Panasonic Lancelot. This was sitting on a porch, and the motor housing is rusted, but the blades are in good condition. They're not drooping or anything. You know, it's been exposed to the elements for years, and the blades were in good condition. So they just wanted a different fan. The customers did. This is a 56-inch great room, Fasco great room we picked up from Habitat, and I'm glad I did. I'm actually glad I did, because I've always wanted a great room. This was in my room at my old house for a couple months. Then I put up a Summer Breeze, so it's missing a pull chain. Pull chain, and I think a down rod too. So. And on the last leg of our journey, many different things here. Moss Heirloom Olympus, heaviest fan I ever owned, right here. More than the original. There's that Casablanca Victorian I was talking about. Took down out of that house. Old Gulf Coast Dixie Belle from the 80s. Cinelex made. Blades right there. It's stencil on one side, plain on the other. Low profile original canopies. I've got everything. Screws for the canopies. Blades. There's the blades to the Moss. Ooh, sorry. Hang true for the Casablanca. Wire nuts. Here's a kit for the Hunter sloped ceiling adapters, the angled ceiling mounts. I've always wondered how they go together, and now I know. It's really interesting. Blades for the Victorian. There's that motor for the 44-inch Coastal Breeze. Here's the glassware to the Delta 2 right there. Interesting. Just dated is all. Blades to a ooh, my God, I can't stop today. Blades to a Casablanca Genesis, actually. I had the Genesis. I parted the motor out because it burned up, and I kept the blades. I don't know why, but yeah. Blades to a 36-inch original, that one over there. More blades. These are the blades to the great room. To the, what do you call it? Ornate, great room, whatever. I'm so bad. Here is a Emerson Designer I actually picked up from a friend. This was in his living room for a couple of years. There are blades to it. Hunter blade arms. This is where my controls are. Solid state controls, light switches. And there's the remnants of another low profile original. I've got some work to do on that one. And finally, the last leg of our journey is this little strip right here. We've got reverse air blades, oak blades, 48-inch Summer Breeze right here. Kind of a rare bird. You don't see many of these. Actually, there's one local to me, new in box, and I'm not going to pick it up because I don't need any more fans. Light kits. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, man. I'm just tired, I guess. Yeah, that's a 1886, the 2-blade version. I picked it up for a cheap price, and as much as I like these, I actually like the 4-blade version better than the 2-blade version. But there's a low profile light kit and just parts over here. So yeah, give you a little overview of it now. I'm just going to try to oh, so sorry. I keep yawning for some reason. I'm just going to try to spend a couple days out here and just clean up the best I can, because, you know, when you lose focus like that, it really gets the better of you, and it starts to look like this. So, yeah. Oh, and, yeah. Good times, good times. So, because I was wondering why that door wasn't closing the other day, and find out there was a piece of rotten wood stuck in there, and kicked it, and the whole thing came out. So, alright, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe.